This is the official pre-event press conference for EFC 123 from the World Sports Betting Arena, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Welcome, fight fans, to EFC press conference, the pre-event press conference for 123. Greatest mixed martial arts promotion on the continent has lined up 3 incredible title fights for you guys. We've got the Best of Africa versus Warriors of Brazil in a light heavyweight title fight, a women's flyweight title fight, and a flyweight title fight. I cannot wait for this fight event to take place. Let's kick it off to the media.
First of all, it's so great to see everyone on stage. Welcome to the Brazilians, and shout out everybody. JC, my first question for you, actually. So you won the title in late 2023, and it's been a while, since you've been in action. What has informed you to actually come back now, and how are you feeling? Are you feeling confident? Are you feeling nervous? How are you feeling?
Look, it was due to happen quite a while ago already, but life happens. I was quite busy with my own business as well. So yeah, everything just get me out of the cage. Last year, my title fight was actually supposed to happen in September, and I've broken my fibula in the gym with Trikas. So yeah, it was extended a bit. But as I said, life happens, and yeah, we live in the moment, and the time is now.
And your opponent is not here at the moment, but we do know that you had a short notice replacement opponent. So how do you feel about him? And are you feeling like maybe things are a little bit different since it is a change in opponent?
Look, for me, anyone can step into that cage with me. It stays the same. It's a fight. I'm just going to step into the cage. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to focus upon what I'm bringing to the cage and nothing else. So whether you're going to change opponents a week before the fight, a month before the fight, you're going to give me an opponent a year out or day out, it stays exactly the same.
Awesome. Amanda, Lino, question for you. It's been 5 years since you were in this EFC Hex. What has informed the decision for you to return now? What makes this the perfect time for you to return?
My life just went on a different journey, and I focused on coaching and growing my business. A lot of people say you've been out of the game for a long time. I haven't been away from the sports. I've been doing MMA every day, in and out. And it was just about really finding the right time. And the time, like you said next to me, JC, the time is now. Everything just aligned for me. Perfectly in my life. I feel really good. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life. And I made a decision to, kind of find that passion again and ignite that fire. And that's happened for me now. I found my reason why, and you'll see on Thursday night why.
As questions for Amanda's opponent, Mariana Salles. Bem-vindo. You're originally from Paraíba, but now you're training in Rio Grande do Norte with the Pitbull brothers. We've had quite a few Pitbull brothers fight here, like your coach, Lino, Gian Sousa. What have they told you to expect from the EFC?
Você tem mudado de academias, né? Que você treinou na academia anterior e agora se mudou para a nova. Qual é a estratégia da nova academia que você se encontra para a luta que está por vir agora?
Eu não mudei de academia, continuo sendo o Pitbull Brothers. Meu professor era Jean Patolino, então eu fui para a academia oficial da Pitbull. Eu estou muito feliz e preparada para essa luta.
So she finally trained with the Pitbull guys. She's very happy to be here, excited. They're being very focused. Yeah.
A question for your opponent, Amanda. I wrote a few weeks ago that you became the first woman in global mixed martial arts to have 2 belts in 2 divisions, and you did it almost 7 months before Amanda Nunes did it in California when she beat Chris Cyborg. Do you feel that you don't get enough respect for being a pioneer in this sport, not just in South Africa, but the whole world? And if not, will a win on Thursday be a reminder as such?
I've actually never thought about that. And for me, it's not really about getting the recognition from other people. It's about making history, and that's what I did. I made history, and I'm grateful for the opportunities I have, and I took those opportunities and made the best of it. That was the work I've done. That's something that I will live with for the rest of my life. And yeah, like I said, I don't really need the recognition from someone. I made history, and I'm happy with that. And yeah, I haven't really given it much thought, and that's the reason why. With regards to Thursday night, for me, it's just really about getting back into the cage, enjoying the sport. Yeah, just living in the moment and being present. You know, I'm here to fight. I've got nothing to lose now, so I'm just here to enjoy it and enjoy MMA for the, you know, the beautiful sports it is.
Amanda, just a sort of a follow-up to that. Could you tell us a little bit about why you left? Of course, you lost to Ngophane, and at that time, it was a surprising loss. But of course, this weekend, Mano is fighting for the UFC title. So if you could just give us a little insight into what happened for you for leaving, and what does it mean to you perhaps to have been one of, I think, 4 women on the planet that have gone to the 5th round with her?
Yeah, I think for me, it wasn't a matter of, like, because of the loss, I decided to step back, or it was just that my life had taken a different journey. You know, I've got athletes under me. I focused a little bit more on coaching and resetting in terms of building that passion for me. You know, I think you have a lot of pressure as a double division champion to do really well, and it took away from the sport. You know, I'll be honest with you, I fell out of love with it, and I needed to reignite that passion and remind myself why. And spending time with athletes and coaching them, you know, it kind of reminded me why I started and why I love the sport, and focus on the basics. You know, it's given me a more mature look on the sport. I've developed a lot, and you know, you'll see that on Thursday night. So it wasn't necessarily about, you know, stepping back or, you know, retiring or anything. It was just that my focus was on building a business, making the most of the opportunities that I had at that time. And I've just found myself in a really good place with my gym, with my athletes, where I could step back now and focus on Amanda as the athlete. You know, I've spent 8 weeks in the Netherlands with my coach, Rodney van der Vlucht. We've done the best camp of my life. I'm feeling great. I'm really excited to get back in there and fight. And this is really just about coming in and enjoying it and doing what we do best.
Question for Mariana. Amanda Lino is a very accomplished athlete, you know, in the EFC and beyond. Do you feel any pressure going up against her for this title shot, or is it just a matter of just another obstacle in your path?
A pergunta é, com essa sua desafiante agora, se você se sente na dificuldade de ser algo além do seu normal, ou para você é só mais uma luta?
Eu não sinto dificuldade. Eu estudei bem a Amanda. Ela é uma atleta dura, mas eu vim bem preparada. Lá na nossa equipe, a gente está preparado para qualquer área, seja no chão, seja em cima. Então, é só mais um passo para chegar ao meu objetivo.
I have studied my opponent. We have studied her working in strategies against her. So for her, she's just being like another obstacle for the next step that she wants in her life. She's prepared, but it's not overwhelming. She's prepared and excited. Yep.
If I can pick up on that with you, Mariana, I know you have got a karate background, and you started training in jiu-jitsu about 2016, which is quite a long time ago. But in your MMA career, you've never won by submission. What's going to happen on Thursday night if it goes to the ground?
Você tem um histórico no karatê. A questão do jiu-jitsu é algo novo. Você nunca levou uma vitória através de submissão numa luta. Qual seria a sua estratégia nessa luta por vir? Seria em busca de estratégia de submissão, levar a luta para o chão, ou o que seria?
Sim, eu iniciei com o karatê, mas a modalidade que eu escolhi foi o jiu-jitsu. Hoje eu sou faixa marrom de jiu-jitsu e a estratégia é a mesma que eu venho treinando, e com o decorrer da luta eu vou saber o momento certo de colocar em prática o que eu trabalhei.
Ela começou de início com o karatê, mas tem se especializado muito no jiu-jitsu. Ela é faixa marrom no momento. Oh, sorry. She have started with the karate, and she have then moved to the jiu-jitsu, where she have specialized, and now she's at the moment brown belt. The strategy, it's have to do like as she get in. She's pretty much ready for whatever comes. But she's prepared and she's ready, and if you have to go to the floor, it will be fun. Yeah.
Let's move on to the other title fight. Willie van Rooyen taking on Cleverson Sousa. Willie, biggest fight of your career, you've got to see it that way, and probably the most dangerous opponent of your career. What's your mindset going into fight week?
So yeah, my mindset is I'm basically same as all the other fights. I take it as serious as I can. And for this fight, I don't think I've ever prepared as hard as I did. For all the other fights, this fight the training was just on another level. I was pushing 6-7 hours a day, 6 days a week. So I was pushing the training. So I've never felt more ready for a fight. Deep in my heart, I know I deserve this fight and I deserve the win, and I'm definitely going for the win. So my mind is as positive as it can be, and yeah, you're gonna have to kill me if he wants to win that bout.
Well, let me ask a similar question to your opponent, Clebinho. You've been fighting professionally now for 10 years in MMA. How does Willie van Rooyen as an opponent compare to all the people you've faced before in your career?
Em comparação com todos os seus oponentes anteriores, você tem lutado já há 10 anos. Como é que você pode comparar o seu oponente do momento com os que você já teve anteriormente e como você está preparado para a luta que está por vir?
É um cara duro, já lutei com vários caras duros. Ele é um cara que é muito versátil e eu treino com caras todos os dias duro, que me faz progredir toda hora. Então, vai ser só mais uma luta e vamos trabalhar bem para chegar lá e fazer tudo correr bem e trazer essa vitória para casa.
So the desire for the victory is there. He have been training for all different types of partners in his training. He have seen that his next fight, that this is to come, is very challenging, but is not overwhelming. So yeah, he's excited.
You've just had your first loss in 6 years, which was in the LFA. And the LFA is similar to the EFC in the fact that our champions often go through to the UFC. Do you think winning a title in Africa here in the EFC is similar to why you fought in the LFA, that it's possibly you get a shot at the UFC?
Você teve a sua primeira derrota depois de 6 anos. E agora, tendo a oportunidade de vir aqui para o UFC, levando uma vitória aqui também, você acha que abriria portas para você já aí a outro nível, a nível de UFC, né? Que é o internacional. Yeah.
Sim, claro. Tive minha primeira derrota após 6 lutas consecutivas. Vim motivado para essa luta. Claro, estou buscando o cinturão e claro que vai abrir portas para o UFC. Contender também. Então, vamos pegar esse cinturão e, se Deus permitir, e vamos buscar esse contrato aí no UFC.
Yeah, the last loss after 6 consecutive wins was devastator, but he's excited to use this fight win for a next step for a contender to UFC in the future. Yeah.
My question is for Willie. Cleverson just described you as challenging but not overwhelming. What's your response to that, and what is your estimation of him as an opponent?
So yeah, I don't like to be, I'm gonna say, overconfident. But yeah, the advice I can give to him is he shouldn't underestimate the guys from Africa. Yeah, we are a different breed of people. He's gonna find out that I'm not that much of a walkover that he thinks I am. And yeah, he just, like I said, he shouldn't underestimate. And for me, like I said, I'm not gonna underestimate him, and I'm gonna take this fight as seriously as possible.
A mensagem dele para você, né, que ele vai te dar um gosto, né, do que é um lutador sul-africano, um gosto do que é a África, né. Ele tem muito respeito quanto a você, mas porque você também não sabe o que está por vir, que ele vai te dar um pequeno gosto, né, do que ele tem preparado.
Bom, é o que veremos, né? O Brasil também tem lutadores bons. E amanhã não, quinta-feira eu vou estar mostrando isso. Então vai ser uma luta dura e espero que ele esteja pronto, que vai ser uma guerra lá dentro.
So the Brazilians have a lot of talent, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be a war. And this Thursday, he's going to give you like a little taste of the Brazilian hands. Yeah.
This specific matchup is giving me some serious vibes, eh? I think these guys are going to go toe-to-toe. Hey? Willie never shows up and doesn't put on a performance, so I think it is going to be an incredible fight.
Terrence, question for you. You have held 2 interim titles in the past, but when it came to, capturing the undisputed title, you fell a bit short. So I just wanted to know how that has fueled your hunger to climb back up to the top, and do you feel as though a win here should put you right in place for like a title shot?
First things first, when it comes to the undisputed strap, I was the champ last time. I was the undisputed champ. Zulu Boy relinquished, the interim becomes the undisputed. I don't know why anyone made that clear in the media yet. I was the undisputed champ last time, and I do feel like undisputed champ still. I won that last fight, but let's not get into that. I'm fully focused now on my next fight, locked in, and I'm here to promote my fight that's coming up now. And look at my career. When I came in the EFC, I just went on this tear, and I fought Keith Walker, and I lost that fight. 5 weeks later, 10 hours notice, go up a division, Musa Setuape, make history, become a bantamweight champion. I don't care if people say interim, it doesn't matter, I became a bantamweight champion. 7 months later, I relinquish, so Faiz can get that strap. And I go down to flyweight and I beat the Belgium, and I became a flyweight champ. So it just shows that I'm that guy. I'm that guy. When I'm locked in and I'm focused, and I just know where I'm going and where I'm heading from here on out. And whoever wins, we'll see Thursday night what happens.
Now, your opponent is not here, but do you perhaps have a message for him, wherever he might be, if he's listening?
It's always like this, When I come to the press conferences, the opponent is never here, but it's fine, it's cool. There's no real messages. We'll see each other at the weigh-ins tomorrow, and yeah, so no real messages. It's just me. I'm here to do my thing Thursday night and put up a masterclass performance and show you guys why I am the best.
Jaco, question for you. You've been a mainstay in the middleweight division, but now you're dropping over to welterweight. What informed this decision, and is this going to be a permanent division now, or do you think that you're going to be floating between the 2 divisions?
Firstly, I just want to say thank you, and then also, both of us, we need to be sitting that side. We're also African. Then, as for what led to the decision, I had a conversation with my coach way before I had the title fight with Luke. He told me I need to drop down to welterweight. I told him I'm a middleweight, and we had this back and forth. After I lost the fight against Luke, I went for a DEXA scan to see if it's even possible to drop to welterweight. And I can assure you that this is my division. I feel good, quick, full of energy, excited to put on a show. So to answer your question, definitely a permanent move. I'm welterweight and I'm staying welterweight.
Okay, and you have quite an opponent in Peace Ngophane as your first opponent in the welterweight division. I know you guys have a lot of mutual respect for each other, but what do you think is going to be the factor that allows you to pick up the W against him on Thursday night?
Well, you're just going to have to wait and see. All I can tell you is it's going to be a win. Stay tuned.
Peace. You have been around in the welterweight division, and it always seems like that title shot is also close, but you never quite get to it. Do you feel as though you've been getting overlooked in the welterweight division?
Greetings, everyone. Greetings to EFC and the fans, the media. Man, Islam Makhachev said this quote to Dana White that, Dana, what does this title mean? It means I'm the best in the world. And it means whoever you put in front of me, I'm going to fight that person. It doesn't matter what happens. And because of that quote, I've lived by it, and I've always found myself in risky positions The last time after losing to Mark, they gave me Jerry Kombata from Congo. Caved his head with his vicious elbows in the first round. And then they gave me Jason, sitting down for 10 years. Made him swallow his own gut in the first round. Had those guys won, where would that have placed me? It was maybe 2-3 steps back to get to the title. But it's because of that quote, man, that I'll always step up. I'll never say no to an opponent. And is he a game opponent? Definitely. Does it come from a great gym? Definitely. Would I have preferred his big brother, Mark Hume, for that win back? 100%. But it's Jaco, and we're going to make it happen. And that title is definitely not far-fetched. We are just on the door.
So this is your opportunity to make a statement. Are you predicting perhaps another first-round finish over Jaco du Plessis?
Well, I'm looking to spend a little bit more time in there to go to second round. Well, if the opportunity shows itself in the first round, we finish him in the first round. And look, man, I think I'm here because there's no welterweights that are really active, and that's why they had to bring Jaco in, and that's it. If Jaco wasn't here, I would probably be like the backup for the welterweight title against Badat or something like that, or even face Badat. That's the position I'm in. That's what I mean, that I always find myself in risky situations. If he wins, a big if he wins, where is he gonna go? You probably go straight for the title. So is it risky for him? Absolutely not. Is it risky for me? 100%. Do I have everything to lose? 100%. Does he? Not in welterweight. In middleweight, yes, but not here. So 100%, man. We're just gonna go in there and have fun, and I'm gonna beat Jaco and show him some love after that, and that's it.
And Peace, you're saying that you are gonna beat Jaco, but how do you predict that you're gonna actually do that?
TKO. Second round. TKO, second round. Might submit him in the first round.
Jaco, do you want to answer that?
The only thing I have to say to that is I realized when I thought, Luke Michael, we're not getting paid overtime. I'm coming for the finish in round one.
Jaco, Luke didn't beat you. You beat yourself. You got tired and you guessed. It's not like Luke beat you and it was like, oh, Luke is the greatest. No, you just got tired. So it wasn't a matter of you wanted to spend time in there. It just happened and you got tired and he couldn't finish you. But now you're fighting X. Different ball game.
We'll see. Please show me.
Jaco, whilst you're there, Peace was talking about that loss to Mark Hume. But he also fought JT Burta at Amateurs. Has either of those two teammates given you any kind of advice or insight in fighting Peace on Ngophane?
Yeah, I think he and JT obviously fought 2 times when they were still amateur. I believe it's 1-1. But regardless of that, it doesn't matter what they told me or what advice I got. He's obviously not the same fighter. I will be delusional to believe that. So I'm just going in there and implementing my game plan, and that's it.
Thanks, mate. I want to come back to Terrence. It was something that Chichi did touch upon. You're coming off that split decision loss to Edson Machavani. It's a judge's decision that quite a few people disagreed with. Edson has since been successful at one championship. Do you think the judges have screwed your career? And how do you get past that bitterness?
To get on that, I'm going to swear now, sorry for my damn right, he messed up my whole journey, my whole plan I had. I do believe after that one, I would have been probably fighting in the Contender Series this year. That's not 3 judges, that's 1 judge that did that. 1 judge. I'm not going to expose him. I'm not going to expose him. The big bosses know who he is, and he know what he did, but it is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. God gave me another opportunity to be here. I'm grateful with my team, and I'm just at peace, Simon. I'm at peace, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Thursday night, the Black Panther is always here. The king is back. That's all I can say.
JC, if I can quickly. You've just launched a new business, the Untitled Group. You've just rolled out Baseline 102. Is it a good time to be having your first title defense against a really legitimate international opponent at this time in your life?
Yeah, look, definitely. You know, it's never the best time to fight, but as I said just before as well, we live in the moment, and the time is now. So it's never going to be the best time to fight. You know, the time is now, and I'm going to defend that title.
JC, I think potentially last question for you. You're incredibly invested in Africa as both an athlete, a private person, a professional person. Your anti-poaching work, you're a training partner of Jaco du Plessis. Your gym hosts multiple champions from all over the continent in multiple organizations. Could you give us just something from your perspective on what it means to headline this card, which is Africa against the birthplace of modern MMA, Brazil?
You know what, as I said, it's a huge privilege for me, and as I said this morning as well, I thank the EFC for giving me the platform to share my story as well. And then I need to go back to the gym as well and thank the gym as well for just giving me the platform to basically spend time with quality athletes. I mean, like Jaco, like the rest of the team. So yeah, man, it's a big privilege. It's a pleasure to be here, and I can't wait to share this on Thursday night with each and every person in Africa.
Graeme, I'll come back to you after speaking to Terrence just there. What is the status of the flyweight title of the EFC? With Edson successful now at 1, what would a win for Terrence or his opponent? Where would that put them?
The flyweight division is very strange because there's a lot of offers that I don't think people know about. But ultimately, after the fight, I thought Terrence won the fight. I was quite open about that against Edson. He got the belt, cool. Went and fought in 1FC, did well there. And during his build-up to that 1FC fight, he made it clear that he wasn't going to be able to come back to South Africa in time to give us an idea of what's happening. We said, look, let's part ways and, relinquish your title, which gave the opportunity that we have now, a vacant flyweight title. The funny thing is, Terrence actually got offered the title fight. He chose to fight a 3-rounder. He cited that he had a long line of title fights in his career, and I agree. I mean, the guy's been non-stop. And this is a hell of a fight for him to take on as a 3-rounder, another Brazilian athlete that's an absolute phenom. So I think the flyweight title fight, as it stands right now with Willie, that was meant to be Terrence and Willie, and it didn't quite transpire. We had to give Willie an opportunity because he'd been lined up for so long to get that gap. And it's actually quite a beautiful thing because whoever wins between in Terrence's fight, that's the natural contender for the next flyweight title, for sure.
Why are we doing this? Why the best of Africa against the Warriors of Brazil? And with all our Brazilian friends here, especially the guys from Natal, the guys in the past, could we possibly look forward to seeing Didinho, Jose Tehosha, Reinaldo, Exon, and Patalino coming back and fighting here again with the rest of their compatriots?
I'll answer that the other way around. So in speaking to Mateus, the manager for the gym, and the guys out there, great guy, and we've fostered a relationship through, like you say, Jose de Rocha, Exon, and the likes, and he said to me, Exon's really upset that all the other guys are coming out, he's not, so he really wanted to be here. And that's testament to the relationship that we've built with these guys. They've always showed up to put on great fights. I mean, if you look at just like Exon coming out and defeating Iga Cabeza in a time when we thought nobody could beat Iga, it was a huge statement. Jose de Rocha's been a perennial contender. He's competed at EFC for that welterweight title on quite a few occasions. So the relationship's there. And when we put it out, then we know that we're going to get quality opponents from that gym. We know that the Pitbull brothers are going to give us their best to come out here and fight. And the Brazil versus Africa was organic. It was incredible. We needed to get an opponent for JC and for Amanda at the time, because both of their opponents were lined up and then subsequently issued as had happened. We said, well, look, if we're going to bring out Brazilian athletes, let's make it a fanfare. Let's make it the best of Africa versus the Warriors of Brazil. And Willie just got a great opportunity there to fight for a title along with that. And Terrence got the fight that he wanted, a high-level opponent that's an international. And I just want to mention, I mean, you know, we haven't really declared it, but that's what we'll be looking at between Ngophane and Jaco, is that would be the #1 contender fight at welterweight. So the winner definitely going to strike a fight against the champion.
I did ask Mando a question earlier. Go on.
That's the risk I'm talking about. That's the risk that I'm talking about. If he beats me, he gets a title shot.
But hang on, Peace. Hang on. As far as I know,
I'm not complaining about the risk.
You were
I have to
offered the
take the
opportunity to fight for a title, but you guys wanted another tune-up fight. And this is a hard tune-up fight, but hell, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Been there
I'm not complaining about the risk. The risk, I love taking a risk because it just gives me a little edge to go a little bit harder, want it a little bit more, and so I'm not complaining about the risk, Graeme. Don't get it twisted. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating that it doesn't matter who it is, when it is, what's happening, whether is it a risk that if I lose this fight, I might potentially be 3 more fights back to get to the title. It doesn't matter. What I'm stating is that what does a title mean? Am I the best in the world? 100%. Whoever you're going to put in front of me, we'll make it happen. Me and my team will go down, we'll work, we'll put our heads down, we'll work, and we come back here, we'll make it happen.
Thank you very much for that. I just want you to know that I really appreciate that you do take big fights, because it's an incredible attribute as a mixed martial artist to always step up to the plate and really chew on big opponents that, you know, the risk is there. So thank you very much for that.
It's all about the test, man. We want to test ourselves. Everybody that's sitting here and everybody that works at the gym and wherever they are, you call yourself a mixed martial arts fighter, the best thing you can do for yourself is test yourself, man, against the greatest, the baddest, the meanest, and that's it. That's why we're here.
So if there's you know that we're lining up Badat for the next title fight at 124, right, which is the very next event. I mean, if you are fit and healthy and you're able to take that fight, would both of you want to take that fight at such a short turnaround time? You know, that's the question, because we're going to line up an international for him to fight either way. And if you guys are ready, you know, maybe it's better to keep that in your mind.
We have Jaco. Let's get Jaco out first. Then we'll get it out there.
Okay.
But perfect.
Yeah, while we're at it, guys, beautiful card, EFC 123, Brazil versus South A. People is going to tune in. Fans is going to tune in. Celebrities is going to pull up Thursday night. While we're at it, boss man, just for Thursday night, let's raise the bonus to 10K, please.
Can we just, Amanda wanted to say something. Can we just...
Sorry, Milton, I missed a part of your question in the end there with regards to Manon. You know, going 5 rounds with Manon, someone that's going for a title shot now in the UFC, shows how big my heart is, that when I walk into that cage, you know, I put everything out there. She didn't knock me out, she didn't submit me, but I want to take the opportunity to wish her all the best for Saturday night. I hope that she wins that title, and yeah, I just wanted to say that quickly because, you know, she is a fellow EFC world champion, so I wanted to wish her the best of luck for her fight on Saturday.
Amanda, whilst you're there, the next question is for you. JC Lamprecht stepped out of the EFC for quite some time, and fight fans were poorer for it because he's such an incredibly exciting fighter. The same is with you. Regardless of Thursday, have you signed a multi-fight contract with the EFC? Are you being taken care of?
Are you asking me if EFC is taking care of me?
Yeah, are you going to be sticking around a lot longer? We're not going to wait another 4 years after Thursday.
Well, I'm here, answer.
But regardless of what happens on Thursday, you're going to stay.
All our focus is on what's in front of me, and that's the fights. You know, I can't tell you what's going to happen in the future. What will be for me. All I'm doing now is focusing on the fight, being present in this fight, and enjoying it as much as I can. And that's it. Like, I think I spent a lot of time focusing on everything else. This is just about the fight, being in the fight, having fun, and giving it my all on Thursday night. Yeah.
Amanda, you have multiple records in the African women's divisions. I think your 10-second knockout still stands. I mean,
I think so. Graeme.
double champ, first
Sure,
champ, first headliner, quickest knockout. You are the queen of the African women's divisions. You are the most legendary athlete. Do you have a message for our Brazilian Mariana as she steps in there with you on Thursday?
No, we're both athletes. We're here to fight. You know, bring your best. I want to be, you know, winning that title versus her very best. So we go in there, we have fun, we show the fans why we do what we do, and we're going to put on a show.
A pergunta que ele fez para ela foi que ela tem recorde muito alto aqui, né, na África do Sul, e ela é considerada a rainha aqui da luta. O que ela tem de mensagem para você? E a resposta dela foi que ela tá para dar show, que ela tá fora do ringue há muito tempo, mas ela tá para se divertir, para mostrar aos fãs o melhor dela, e que vai ser uma luta muito boa.
Amanda é com certeza a rainha daqui da África, a respeito. Como eu falei nas minhas respostas anteriores, eu a estudei muito bem, assisti os vídeos dela, procurei tudo o que eu pude. Total respeito por ela, e eu sei que quinta-feira, quando nós duas entrarmos dentro do cage, só sairá uma rainha, e essa rainha sou eu.
She have a huge respect for you. She truly believe that you are the queen of the fight of the night. But once she have studied you, she have like searched as much as possible to know how you fight. And when the cage is closed, just one queen will walk out, and that will be Mariana.
Yeah, just bring your very best. That's all I can say. You've studied me. You studied me for, what, since 2019. It's 2025. I've grown, matured, become a better athlete. So what you studied is not going to be what shows up on Thursday night. But we're both athletes. Let's bring our best. Let's put on a show for the fans. Thursday night, it's going to happen.
A resposta dela é que tudo que você procurou a respeito dela são coisas antigas, que ela tem coisas novas para mostrar, e que uma nova versão dela, né, tá para mostrar, e que vai ser grande show essa quinta-feira.
All right, let's cut it short there. Thank you very much, everyone. Incredible press conference. Now we're going to get into the real meat and potatoes of what this sport is about, the face-offs. Let's get into the face-offs.
Well, let's get these face-offs cracking along. First to the scale, Peace and Ngophane. And please welcome his opponent, Jaco du Plessis. That is your feature fight on the main card of EFC 123. Up next, the White Lion, Willie van Rooyen, and his opponent, Cleverson Sousa. Up next, a women's MMA pioneer, the former two-divisional champ of Africa, Mad Dog Amanda Lino, and her opponent, a warm welcome, Mariana Salles. And your main event at the EFC 123 features the challenger all the way from Goiás in central Brazil. Please welcome Edson Silva and the champion, the one and only light heavyweight champion of the EFC, JC Lamprecht. Your main event of the EFC 123, ladies and gentlemen. Graeme, a quick chat with you about this card. How do you sum up this entire card? There's so many questions. It is the biggest card in the history of EFC in the past couple of years, undoubtedly.
This is just a must-see event, guys. Let me just tell you something. From start to finish, even on the prelims, we've got incredible fights lined up. You've got to be insane to miss this main card. Every single one of these fights has been designed for fanfare, for you guys to get behind your favorite athlete, to see Africa versus Brazil. I mean, when you talk about technicality and skill set, this card has it in droves. 3 title fights, 1 contender fight, a huge number, actually 2 contender fights. What a fight card. It's going to be incredible.
Graeme, thanks very much. We'll see you guys for weigh-ins. Check all the information at EFCworldwide.com, EFCworldwide.tv. We'll see you for the weigh-ins here from the World Sports Betting Arena in Johannesburg, South Africa. Cheers for now.
On May 8, in Johannesburg, Africa's greatest. Meet the warriors of Brazil. Amanda Lino steps back into the hexagon to once again rule her flyweight division. And in her path stands Brazil's knockout specialist, Mariana Salles. The brutal light heavyweight king, JC Lamprecht, takes on the fury of Brazil's Edson Gladiator Silva, and the undefeated phenomenon, the White Lion, Willie van Rooyen, welcomes the veteran, Cleverson Sousa, to a reckoning for the now vacant flyweight title. On May 8, the birthplace of MMA takes on the land of its future. EFC 123, May 8, World Sports Betting Arena, Johannesburg, South Africa. Watch it live on EFCworldwide.tv.